Welcome to Vertical Football, and this is the 5 things we learned. Yeah, this is Chelsea 3, Fulham 2. The Premier League is back. Yeah, a very, very beautiful match to watch. I think the intensity just takes us back to maybe the 2010s, the 2012, the 2015, where when you're watching the ball, there is this aliveness to the match. I really felt that so much in this particular match, and that's one of the things that I think I am looking forward to in the Xabi Alonso's kind of system, the very direct, the very intense pressing, counter pressing, getting opportunity, and also free flowing, because we start to see somebody like Opama not just want to stay in the structure, get the ball, want to take on the first one, take on the second one, take on the third one. Like there is this freedom there of going to do what you can do best with the ball. I think is very, very much animated. And even from Fulham side, I was watching Abelau's interview where he was speaking about wanting to play with the ball, wanting to press the opponent, wanting to go front foot against teams. And I'm like, how can you're in the Premier League? I know you coached Real Madrid, but you're in the Premier League and you're coaching a Fulham side. No shades to Fulham, but there are limits to what you can do with that kind of a club. But coming into this match, I think I really, really understand. It's like a light bulb moment, understanding what this person is saying and seeing what they're actually saying. So it's more like, don't just tell me, show me. And I think he has showed it. Like it's really an exciting football. They want to actually have the ball. They want to press you when they don't have the ball. They want to counter attack you. They want to eat you on transition. They want to keep constantly pressuring you and doing and creating something. I think is beautiful football also from Fulham. Yeah. And I think from Chelsea's perspective, as much as we had a very beautiful game, I think we can do better in a whole lot of things. Yeah, we just have to be very honest with ourselves. There are things we can grow into, get better at, I think. And one of the things is with the confidence of the players, because to some extent we self-inflicted a lot in this particular match. The 2 goals that they scored, in my own book, I think if we were tidy enough, we would not concede such a goal. Yeah, I don't think we would concede goals like that. So let's go into details in this match and let's talk about different things that happened in the game. Yeah, so first thing is to talk about the overall play. I think we have seen so much of how Alonso wants to play, and this is just another example, and I'm so happy to be talking about it. I think let's look at it from the defensive structure. I think the defensive structure was good. I think there were some execution problem in it, and we are still going to touch on that. The 5-4-1 for the defensive shape in the first half, I think it was solid enough. I think we stayed in a 5 flat at the back. Then we had the 2 pivots and then the 2 10s. They didn't go out wide to form a flat 5-4-1. So they kind of like came in close, covered the space in between, and João Pedro was just the spearhead up front. And sometimes he shifted into a 5-3-2, like depending on how the number 10 is staying and where they are staying. So I think it was very good defensively, and the idea was basically close up the space in the middle and allow them play out wide. But there are some times where when we were pressing them front foot and we lost the ball, trying to recover and come back into the shape at the back, we are opened in the middle, given that somebody like Rich James we are not expecting him to run around and get all the run around. And I think Romeo Lavia defensively gave us some interception and break of play, but we were still kind of like, there was this. We missed Moises Caicedo in a nutshell. We missed Moises Caicedo, him running around and picking all those dead ball, loose ball, breaking up the play. So I think the defensive structure was good. We can still get better in some things. And the offensive part of the game, I think we created so much. There was no stallness to the game where you get to a point where it looked like we were just passing the ball around and not doing anything. I don't think we ever had a moment like that in this particular game. There was constant attack. There was constant chance creation. There was constant running in behind. But I just think aside Palmer, I think we had some lapses on the wing. Nothing was really going on because somebody like Morgan Rogers, like we all know, is an inside half winger or inside 10 or whatever you want to call him. He's not going to touch the line for you. So he wants to come inside and play in the pockets and do all of those kind of things. So on the wings, offensively, nothing was really going on only if Kopama find his way into that place. So I think the structure was good. I think the execution was also in the level that we are expecting it to be. But I just believe we can get better. I think we pressed really well. The intensity of the press was very good. We counter pressed also. Yeah, very, very important because of the way we structure the 5-4-1. So it's like a net. So when they play the ball into that place, we bounce into it, get it, and then go on in transition. And also some moments where, because we are in a 5-4-1, when they play long and we win the ball, we tend to like have a whole lot of players up front. When we return the ball back, there are people who can go on to do something with the ball. Yeah, so very, very good gameplay for me in what I saw in the match. Yeah, so let's go into the next thing. I think the next thing is also we need to talk about the structure defensively. I think the major places where we had issues in this particular match was in the left center back and in the right center back in the first half. Yeah, in the left center back and in the right center back in the first half. One of the things that we see, and not necessarily in the structure, I think is in the execution of the structure. Yeah, because the issue with 3 at the back is basically you are playing a wing back and you have 3 guys up here. When anything happens to that full back, the guy who is standing as the wing back, who will come back to form the 5 at the back. Let's look at situations as it affected Chelsea. One of the things that Fulham did was they dragged somebody like Atto very close to the touchline by putting a player there in the person of, I think it should be Castagna, putting him there. So Atto is out wide. But one of the things that I have issues with, that's why I say execution, was Levi Colwill. So one of the guys who just come into that space, make Oscar Bob. His intention is not to collect the ball. His intention is just to come touch Colwill and then drag him out of that place and they make passes into that place. Before that goal actually happened, the goal that Joshua King scored, that particular thing has happened like 3-4 times and Levi Colwill fell for it all of the times, which is they will drag the fullback to one side. Then one of the guys will come close to Levi Colwill. His intention was not to collect the ball. He will now move. And in the process of moving, Levi Colwill follows. So because this guy is already out wide and then you are dragging this left centre back out wide, the gap between the fullback and the central centre back is always very large that there is enough space for somebody to penetrate into. And I think Fulham saw that thing and they started manufacturing that same kind of chance until they got the goal. And they started in the first half, because Levi Colwill was buying into that particular bait, they didn't do so much of it on the right hand side with somebody like Achimpong. But when it got into like the 40th minute, we started to see stuff like that. So I think one of the things that Chelsea did to counter it was Reece James coming to take that space and allowing Achimpong move forward to go and do the roaming about like the central midfielder when we are on the ball. So he had the intelligence to be able to hold that place. But one of the things that I expected Levi Colwill to do was, when you want to counter such a situation, what you basically just need to do is, as the player is coming to you and he starts moving back, when you follow him a little bit, you need to communicate with one of the pivots to pick that guy so that you hold this space to cover the person who is coming in to come and exploit that space. It's basic. But I think we're just starting to come into the season. I believe we will get over stuff like this. We will see it, because coming into the second half, I think Alonso saw that thing and he changed the structure. We stopped majority of the time in the second half. We didn't use the 5-4-1. We started using the 4-4-2. So nobody is jumping. There is enough body to hold and cover the space in front before the last line. Yeah. So let's talk about something else. I think we should just talk about the new guys, the new player in the person of Rogers, Lacroix, Chavaria, Kenda. I think they had a good match. We didn't get opportunity to see so much of Giovanni Quenda, but I think when they came in, the intensity was good. I think he was running, he was pressing, he even had an opportunity. He was just an offside, but I think he'll become good. So there's not so much things to talk about him. Chavaria also brought a different dynamic. It's something that we'll still talk about in the way the fullback worked, but we didn't get to see so much like that. But Lacroix and Rogers, I think I am impressed with what I saw today. Speaking about Lacroix, I think he was solid defensively. I think his area threat was there, not offensively, defensively. He was clearing the air for us, and he held his man really tight. There is this one when the player is trying to rest on him to get the ball. There is this part of, and I spoke about it when I was doing his player profile. He will allow you rest on him. Then when you want to get the ball, it puts his leg to like cover the whole thing and kick the ball to safety. And also his recovery time, I think he recovered really well. And he had some moments in 1v1. I think he can get better in his 1v1. Yeah, he had some good ones, but there were some where somebody like Joshua King took the ball to him and then just beat him so easily. And you're like, why? You can do better. But I think he had a very decent game and crowned it all. He got an assist. I think it was a good game for Lacroix. And speaking about Rogers, very, very honest opinion of mine is he started out not so good. Yeah, I saw him moments where he was doing the off the ball duty, chasing player, running around. But when he got the ball, maybe like a moment of transition, because he's the number 10, I have the expectation that as a number 10, you want to carry the ball and go and do something with it. So we are expecting the creative job from the number 10. But one of the things that I saw earlier in the game was when he gets the ball and he moves a little bit, he's looking for somebody to pass to quickly. And with the Morgan Rogers that we know, I think he brings more than that, but I'm very, very open to it. He's just getting his foot. He's going to be finding the environment kind of like not still home yet, but I think he can grow into the game. And I think when he started growing into the game after the first 15 minutes, he started getting his footing right, turning. And I think one of the things that I like is his strength. When he gets the ball and he rests on a player, there is a higher chance that you will not get the ball away from his foot. So, and I think I like that. We just need to see more of his shot taking. We need to see more of his link up. We need to see more of his ball carrying ability, his passes. There are a whole lot of things that I know that he can bring into the game. But overall, for the new boys, I think they had a decent match. Yeah, they had a very, very decent match. Yeah, and now let's talk about something that I don't want to pinpoint or bring out anybody and say, oh, this is a bad thing. I think we self-inflicted a whole lot of times today. I had to take some moment for Palmer down where he was in the front of the box. And I think he was joking with the ball. As much as we want you to enjoy yourself, we also want that point where bury the game quickly for us. Because when you go back to last season, that's one of the things that we suffered for last season, where we are 1-0 up, then all of a sudden, because we didn't take our chances when we had the opportunity to, the opponent came back into the game and then we could not recover. That's one of the things that I was not happy with in this particular match. I think we had the opportunity to go 2-0 up, and if we had gone 2-0 up, the game would have opened up for us and we would enjoy ourselves and start getting more. But we allowed them come into the game, then we started banging again. So I think there were mistakes from somebody like Colwill. The first one with him not executing the left centre back role in the back five very well, and also some decisions. Look at what he did to Joshua King in the earlier part of the game. If it was another ref, maybe somebody like an Anthony Taylor, that would have been a red card, and then we have to be speaking about it whether VAR, but you will first take out the red card first. And speaking about Sanchez also, like the 2 goals for me was something that was avoidable. Honestly, firstly, they manufactured that space, dragged Colwill out of that place, collected the pass, but from that distance to the goal, I think Sanchez should be saving that ball. First one. The second one also, look at it. Levi Colwill, a ball is coming. Either you are sending it back to corner or heading it out somewhere else. I don't know what exactly, whether he's trying to put it in his chest when you have somebody who is standing beside you. And the punch from Sanchez could have gone some way out, not directly back to the striker. So I think there are a whole lot of things that we can do. And I don't want us to self-inflict in this one. Let's know, like, you are getting all of that things right. Don't be using your hand to scatter them. So that's my message to the boys. And lastly is about the dynamics of the team, and most especially from the fullbacks, because now we are playing with an inside 10. I think we want to be seeing more of basically Palestra and Chavaria. Yeah, because Ato, if the dynamics where Ato will work is when we are playing with a wide winger. When we are playing with a wide winger, you'll be giving us the underlapping running into the half space, receiving the ball for cutback. But when you're playing with an inside 10, the only thing you'll be getting from Ato is holding the width. And when Ato is holding the width, he is not a good crosser of the ball. At best, he can do stuff like a cutback, but he needs to be in the half space to be able to do cutback. So I think if we want to be playing Morgan Rogers, Chavaria will be the best guy to be playing the wing back position, or somebody like Palestra coming into that place who can burst in forward, and then you'll be playing Gusto on the right hand side. But even speaking from the Gusto's point of view, we didn't get the attacking sense of the game from that side like we saw with Palestra. There was no cutting edge. It was just, if Kopama does not go to that place, nothing is actually going on there. And I think those are one of the things that can improve, because the dynamics in a 3-4-3 system, you want active fullbacks, because if you don't get active fullbacks, only the number 10 and the number 9 will be the creator in the team. And we want more than that. We want 5 creators. We want people that can overload the up front and be people who can do something with the ball. And I think those are one of the things that we did not get with the fullback. I know that they brought in the defensive part of the game, but you still want to have both ends. That's why they are wing backs. You want to have both ends of the game. So guys, these are my thoughts in the match. I know there are a whole lot of things that I did not speak about, but to make this short, that's why I'm going to stop here. Please put it in the comment section. What do you think about Alonso's first match? I would like to hear your thoughts about this particular match. What are the things that you see that you think we can improve upon? Please, let's discuss. This is brought to you by Vertical Football. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you have not done that. We will see you some other time. Namaste.